So what's your game of the year?
There's been a few good ones. I worked a lot, so I haven't played as much as I would have liked to. I played GTA and I've played The Last of Us and some other games. But I really appreciate what Naughty Dog does with The Last of Us. I think the story and how they present everything is something to admire, and it's something I strive to improve on as much as we can for our production as well.
My game of the year is probably Dota 2, actually. We've been playing it a lot in the office, and everyone's gotten on board, and it's been a learning experience as we play it, but it's a great game with a lot of depth, and it just is fun as you keep coming back to it.
This is a tough question to really answer directly, but being completely honest, one of my favorite games this year was Monster Hunter from Capcom. It's a game that I've picked up. I play with my wife very frequently, so as much as it's difficult to say, yeah, I think Monster Hunter from Capcom is one of my favorites this year. I too personally like Monster Hunter as well. I've brought it on this trip for me, and we do play with my colleagues. But one of the things I'm looking forward to is God Eater 2. It will be released in Japan, I think, next month. And there is one of the titles I'm looking forward to, and I'm fully behind. Looking forward to playing it.
What's your game of the year?
I'd say Kentucky Route Zero, I think. It's a good mix of good writing and interesting story, and I really like the visuals too. It's a unique and really atmospheric, cool game, I think. Yeah.
My game of the year is relatively short because we've been so busy, as Reza said. I liked the Stanley Parable because it was just so quirky, and you could just go into the game and play it for a bit and get a really strange experience, and then just leave it and come back, and it was a good experience.
So the game I personally enjoyed the most is Sound Shapes, and I'm not sure if it was released this year or last year, but it's coming to PS4 again, so we could say it's this year. And what I really like about Sound Shapes is that it combines, like it's like the game that I think combines music and sort of gameplay in the best possible way. I haven't seen any other example that does it like so well, where the actions you do in the game really influence the music. So, and yeah, I'm personally a big fan of music games, and yeah, it's like the best achievement I've seen so far.
The game I easily spent the most amount of time with over the last year or so would have to be Daisy. I have invested way too many hours on that game. So by definition, that has to be Game of the Year.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Any reason?
あそこまでのやっぱり広大なフィールドで自由度の高い、ゲームができるのが非常に面白いと思います。
It was really surprising, like such, variety, field and stages, and you have so much freedoms. That's amazing.
I would say Tomb Raider, and mostly because I wasn't at all hyped for that game. I just bought it because I found it really cheap, and it surprised me in a very, very good way. So I think they've done a really nice adventure thing with it.
I would say that the one that stands out among all other titles right now for me is Papers, Please. Because it's just such an outrageously awesome concept, and the execution is just flawless. So yeah, it must be Papers, Please.
I would say that The Last of Us is most probably the most impressive game from the last year. I mean, the story and the gameplay were definitely something that I haven't experienced before. But I also I spend most of my time playing FIFA, and I think they constantly proved how amazing game development can be when you have a chance to iterate on an annual basis on something that's so difficult, like recreating a sport.
We have worked a lot quite lately, so I haven't been able to play that much, but if I had to choose, it would be Shadowrun Returns. It's an amazing game, and everybody should play it.